I'm very thankful to Joe Dispenza's teachings because it really gave me my dream, and that was to become a mom. And I'm a happy mom of a 4-year-old, and there's no better feeling than to be a mom. My story starts in 2012 when I lost my mom, and I did a lot of soul searching, and in my soul searching, I ran into Joe Dispenza. I had a friend tell me about Joe Dispenza's books, and I dived in and started reading them. This was 2017, 2018, 2019 when I read all his books. So I knew the concept, I understood it, and I started my meditation journey. I started it already in about 2012, but his meditation was completely different. And I already had the tools under my belt to understand and know that I can create my own life. 2020 came around and I learned about my infertility. And at that time I was already 42 years old, and I was told that I didn't have, I had non-existent AMH levels. Of course, when I was told this, because I had already read Joe's books, I immediately said that's not my story. I did not allow the prognosis that the doctor gave me come into my mind. I didn't accept it. And I knew that I had to dive in deep and create my own story, my reality. And I knew at some point I was going to be a mom. I just didn't know how I was going to get there, but I was going to get there. That's when I started my journey into meditating twice a day, going back to reread Joe Dispenza's books, went online to YouTube. Even though I had never attended any of his retreats, I knew that there was enough information in there to basically create what I wanted to, and that was my child, bring my child into this world. Fast forward to July of 2020, I go back to my doctor. She does a full analysis and she says, well, you have 4 follicles. Previously, I had went into the doctor and I only had 1 follicle that was good. The other one, she said, was not good. Plus my AMH levels were what they called non-existent. So I had asked her, what caused that? What happened? And she says, I don't know. It never happens. Only women lose follicles. They never gain follicles. At that point, I knew I had 4 follicles to work with. This was the first week of July. At the end of July of 2020, I went back to the doctor because I thought I might be pregnant. I knew that something in me was different. And I went back to her and she said that I was pregnant. And I know that that was because of what I learned through Joe Dispenza, because of what I created, because of what I meditated, because of what I manifested. The meditations that I was doing daily, the mental visualization that I was doing daily of this child, the mental rehearsals that he talks about was something that I was doing every day. And my body created these eggs. I had this child. My son is now going to be 4 years old in 2 weeks. I thought it was a perfect circle for me to come to his progressive retreat here in Los Angeles as I go in 2 weeks to celebrate his 4th birthday. And I feel like it's a full circle for me to be here. And I now attending this retreat, I'm definitely diving into the next one, which is the week-long retreat. I'm very thankful to Joe Dispenza's teachings because it really gave me my dream, and that was to become a mom. And I'm a happy mom of a 4-year-old, and there's no better feeling than to be a mom.